The 2026 Catalonia Open isn't just another stop on the calendar. It's a battleground. And for Alexandra Eala, it might be the most important week of her entire season. Because this isn't about trophies. This is about survival. To understand why this move matters so much, you need to understand how the system works. The WTA Tour doesn't reward potential. It rewards points. And those points, they expire. Every single result you fought for disappears after 52 weeks. No emotion. No exceptions. Just math. That's exactly what hit Eala. Her magical run at the Miami Open in 2025, where she stunned names like Iga Swiatek and Madison Keys, came with a massive reward in ranking points. But 1 year later, those points are gone. And just like that, so is her cushion. From world number 29 down to number 45. That drop changes everything. Because in tennis, ranking isn't just status. It's protection. At a Grand Slam like Roland Garros, the top 32 players are seeded. Everyone else? Exposed. You could draw a nightmare first round against someone like Aryna Sabalenka, Coco Gauff, or Swiatek. No warm-up. No margin. Just survive or go home. That's why this Catalonia decision is brilliant. Calculated. Necessary. The Catalonia Open isn't just a fallback. It's insurance. Because it overlaps with the second week of the Madrid Open. If Eala goes deep in Madrid, she skips Catalonia. No problem. That's success. But if she loses early, she doesn't sit around. She doesn't lose rhythm. She doesn't spiral. She gets on a plane and goes straight back to work. That's the difference between reacting and planning. And here's what makes this even more fascinating. This isn't a weak field. Not even close. WTA 125 events in 2026 have evolved. They're no longer just developmental. They're stacked. Hungry players. Top 50 talent. Former champions rebuilding form. Every match feels like a final, which means Eala won't get easy wins. But that's exactly the point. She doesn't need comfort. She needs reps, she needs rhythm. She needs clay court solutions. Because right now, that's the real challenge. Clay. On hard courts, Eala can dictate. Her left-handed patterns. Her early ball striking. Her aggression. They work. But on clay, everything slows down. Everything stretches. Every weakness gets exposed. We saw it in Stuttgart, against Leylah Fernandez. A 6-1, 6-4 loss that wasn't just about the score. It was about timing, positioning, patience. Clay demands answers. And right now, Eala is still writing them. That's why Catalonia matters more than Madrid. More than headlines. More than hype. Because this is where development happens. Quietly. Away from center court. Away from expectations. This is where she can fix the details. Sliding into shots instead of reaching, building points instead of rushing them, using spin, not just pace, trusting patience over power, and here's the psychological layer that makes this even more powerful. Spain. This is where she grew up as a player. At the Rafa Nadal Academy. Same clay, same culture, same mindset. This isn't foreign territory. This is home turf. And sometimes, that familiarity is exactly what a player needs when everything starts to feel unstable. So no, this isn't a step down. This is a strategic reset. A chance to rebuild, to stabilize, to climb back into that top 32. Because, make no mistake, the goal hasn't changed. Paris. Roland Garros. 2 weeks. 7 matches. History waiting. But before that, there's work to do. And it starts not under the bright lights of Madrid, but on the quieter courts of La Bisbal, where rankings are rebuilt, confidence is restored, and careers quietly change direction. Because if Alexandra Eala gets this right, if she uses this moment the way great players do, then this isn't the part of the story where she struggles. This is the part where she levels up. Parks is a powerful player. That's the foundation. A huge first serve. Explosive baseline hitting. The ability to end points in 2 or 3 shots. On hard courts, that identity is a weapon. On clay, it becomes a question. Because clay doesn't reward power the same way. It absorbs it. It stretches it. It forces you to hit one more ball and then one more after that. And that's exactly where the cracks showed in Stuttgart against Leylah Fernandez. It wasn't just the 6-1, 6-4 scoreline. It was how the points unfolded. Fernandez extended rallies, changed direction, used height and spin, and slowly, she pulled Parks out of her comfort zone. This is the adjustment Parks has to make immediately. Not next season. Not eventually. Right now. Because the clay swing doesn't wait. And neither does the ranking system of the WTA Tour. So what does that adjustment actually look like? It starts with the serve. Parks' first serve is still her biggest asset. But on clay, aces are rarer. Returns come back. Points begin. That means the first shot after the serve becomes just as important as the serve itself. She can't just rely on free points. She has to construct second movement. This is non-negotiable. Sliding isn't optional on clay. It's survival. If Parks is planting her feet instead of gliding into position, she's already late. And on this surface, late means defensive. Defensive means vulnerable. Third, patience. And this is the hardest one, because patience goes against her instincts. She's built to attack, to finish, to dominate. But against players like Barbara Krejcikova or Wang Xinyu, that approach can backfire. They absorb pace, redirect it, turn aggression into errors. So Parks has to find a balance. Controlled aggression, not pulling the trigger too early, but not drifting into passive rallies either. That balance is what separates good clay players from dangerous ones. And here's where things get really interesting, because despite the challenges, the opportunity in front of her is massive. Look at the numbers again. Madrid, almost no points to defend. Rome, almost nothing. Roland Garros, minimal pressure. This is what players call a green window. A stretch of the calendar where everything you gain is upside. Compare that to someone like Aryna Sabalenka. She's defending a title in Madrid. Every match she loses costs her. Parks? Every match she wins builds her. That psychological difference is enormous. One player is protecting, the other is hunting. And historically, hunters are more dangerous, but only if they capitalize. Because here's the reality of the Catalonia Open field. There are no easy matches. Leylah Fernandez at the top, and Lee lurking. Katerina Siniakova bringing elite doubles instincts into singles patterns. Peyton Stearns rising fast. And a former Roland Garros champion in Krejcikova. That's not a warm-up. That's a war. Which means if Parks makes a deep run here, it's not just points. It's proof. Proof that her game translates. Proof that she can win on clay. Proof that she belongs inside the top 32. And that brings us back to the bigger picture. This isn't just about one tournament. It's about positioning for Roland Garros. Because if Parks gets seeded, her entire draw changes. Her path opens up. Her ceiling rises instantly. If she doesn't, she's rolling the dice. And that's why this stretch, Madrid, Catalonia, Rome, is everything. 3 tournaments, a handful of matches, a narrow window where a season can flip, a ranking can recover, and a player can redefine who they are on a surface that once exposed them. Because if Alicia Parks figures it out here, if she learns how to win on clay instead of just hitting through it, then this isn't just a comeback. It's a transformation. Because that's the reality she's facing. An unseeded path at Roland Garros is not just difficult. It's dangerous. It means no protection, no gradual entry, no time to grow into the tournament. It means stepping onto court in round 1 and potentially seeing the name Iga Swiatek across the net, or Aryna Sabalenka, or even Coco Gauff. That's not a draw. That's a test. And that is exactly why every decision being made right now matters. The commitment to the Catalonia Open, the backup plan in Parma at the Emilia-Romagna Open, the willingness to stack matches instead of rest. This is not desperation. This is design. This is a player and a team that understands something most people miss about tennis at this level. Form doesn't appear. It's built. And it's built here, on the smaller courts, in the quieter matches. in the long rallies under a Spanish sun that doesn't care about rankings or hype. Because clay exposes everything. It exposes movement. It exposes patience. It exposes belief. And right now, Alexandra Eala is standing in front of that mirror. Not avoiding it. Not hiding from it. Facing it head-on. She knows what's missing. The defensive transitions. The heavier spin. The endurance to survive 2-hour battles against players who live for this surface. And instead of waiting for it to come together, she's chasing it. That's what makes this moment different. Because this isn't a player protecting a ranking. This is a player rebuilding one. This is the phase that doesn't always look pretty. The losses, the adjustments, the uncomfortable growth. But this is also the phase that defines careers. Every great player has this chapter, where talent alone stops being enough, and the real work begins. For Eala, that chapter is happening now. Across Madrid, across Bisbal, across Rome, 3 cities. One objective: get better. Not just win matches, not just climb rankings, but become the kind of player who can walk into Roland Garros and not just compete, but threaten. Because make no mistake, the ceiling is still there. We've seen it at the Miami Open, against top players, on the biggest stages. That version of Eala exists. The question now is whether she can bring that version to clay. And that's what the next few weeks will answer. Not with headlines, not with hype, but with points, with matches, with the kind of quiet, relentless work that turns potential into reality. Because if she gets this right, if she finds rhythm, if she stacks wins, if she solves the clay puzzle just enough, then Paris doesn't become a danger zone. It becomes an opportunity. And if you've been watching closely, you already know. She doesn't run from those. She runs toward them. That's the story. And it's just getting started.